We back on it. We back on the grind. We back on some 2K. Enjoy the show. Okay, my fan base is growing. Okay, I like this. Markability A-. Oh, play this game real quick. Put on 12-minute out here. I like how smooth the loading is. There's people. I remember people complaining like there's no one playing. There's people. That was 2K18 though.
Congrats on your win. I'm just calling you.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic.
Hey guys, we're close to reaching 20K.
And I'm really happy that Kenny
20K views on the auto-tune tutorial for voice meter.
Tonight, it'll be the Houston
Discord.
Rockets going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And
Be close, man. Be close.
The
20K is the most I ever got.
They've been building
almost there, man.
chemistry,
Make sure you guys
refining
like
their strategy.
and share
they feel like they
the
have
video
a great
on
game
YouTube.
plan
Make
in
sure you
place
guys
to nab a
keep up with
victory
me
in
on
game
social
one.
media.
And tonight,
subscribe
we'll get
to
to
me
see it
on
all
Twitch and
unfold.
Smashcast.
Here we are.
Follow me on
Opening
everything
night.
you see.
Every club
right?
can have high aspirations. But Kenny, what's the key
We'll
to
do some
growing
things.
throughout the year?
Oh, when you said club, I
I'll
was
do some
thinking
things.
nightclub.
I'm definitely having it on 12 minutes because we'll have me playing 20
You
minutes.
gotta be
So
willing to adjust. Honestly, be willing to adjust. Don't stick with the
Look, Chuck
same.
not there no more. Yo, like Chuck. Hey, it's fucked up.
We gonna set this place on fire.
This is lit. Oh, it's my agent. Damn, you can like go back to the neighborhood. Okay. People gonna head to the court. We're gonna do this game, baby. Let's go. Hopped up, baby. Reminds me of my high school colors. Funny as I want no copyright, bro. I couldn't find it.
Tickets are still available for the next game, so purchase your tickets today. Visit the ticket counter for available tickets or sign up for season tickets today. Rockets basketball, this is it.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Well, unusual circumstances for AI. This opening night is just
Gotta do
the
some
second
things. I'll
regular
do it,
season
I'll do
game
it in the
he's ever
menu.
played. Now, AI said he's looking forward to being part of the process this time from the very beginning. And after what he had to deal with last year, that makes sense. Kevin?
Thank you for that, David. You think back to when AI made his debut at the end of last season. Just a whirlwind of time for him, guys.
You know, it must have felt like being dropped onto a moving treadmill. I mean, and being asked to keep pace. I mean, I'm sure AI will appreciate having a more typical start to his first full NBA season.
Bill in Houston, if there's one critique of James Harden's game, it's been his defense. But do you think that's changing a bit? We're seeing some evolving in his game.
definitely changing.
Look at my haircut. Look at my haircut. Look at my waves. Look at my waves.
The revelation.
Jeff
wavy out
Besdelic, I
here.
think, has really got this
Making
major.
you wavy out here, boy. Got this young boy. Got this young boy.
So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Moore filling out the perimeter. Anthony Davis is out there with Okafor, and it's Brooks in at the point guard position. It's rebounded by Houston.
I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with him.
Harden, no good. And it's Davis with the ball for New Orleans. They trail by 3. Brooks takes the assist
go.
and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And just looking back at AI and how he started his NBA career, what a way to make an entrance into the league in a pressure-packed situation, Greg, like this.
Yeah, and a lot of players would have been
That's so
overwhelmed,
terrible.
but AI was instrumental in getting
But,
the win
like,
and helping
yo,
the team
work on your
secure
balance,
a playoff
son.
berth. What an incredible
Jeez.
moment it
Go ahead and
was
foul
for
young
him
boy.
in an
No
NBA debut.
Houston making a switch here. Gordon's checked in, and New Orleans also making a change. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Ejuan Moore. Brooks finds Davis. New Orleans moving the ball around. Again, the miss by
Bump my
Brooks.
nigga.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these
slow.
days.
Come on,
You
man.
see the value in this kind of effort.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Pass to Okafor. Loads it up for Davis.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI.
Like 2 fouls.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it's probably the second quarter. A
Rockets
nigga
lead
with
by
9
17.
fingers.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans.
Wait. Did they give him 10 fingers? That's disrespectful. Wow, they did. His right hand, his ring finger is gone in his right hand. And he has a full. Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
More outside at the 3 with Randall down on the block at 4. Brooks is
Stop
out there with
realistic,
Elfrid
bro.
Payton, and it's Diallo
It's
in at the
2019.
7.
That'd be realistic.
And Young, here we go. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with
Why
his
are we
first
down
shot
so
this
much?
game. Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament, maybe for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this
Gotta
in
catch up.
07. I had a whole, I called it
Defense,
the
come on.
Entertaining Hell Tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just
Little
went head-to-head,
play-in, yeah.
single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have a fun thing with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game was important, and maybe the solution is, yeah, the 6 seeds
Suck.
guaranteed
What was
in
that?
each conference. And
Dude,
then
I'm
you
like
have
a
7,
dummy.
8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10. You have 8 versus 9. You do it over the
You gotta
course
stay
of a
on your
couple
guy,
days.
bro. Something
You use
down.
the TV revenue from that.
How
as
about
you
damn
could get good
19
money from
points?
that to maybe shorten the season,
Great
which
idea.
would be, for me, the number one thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. If there's too many nights where the players, I just think basketball is really hard to play.
Randall passes to Diallo, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. For the Rockets, Kenneth Faried comes in for P.J. Tucker, and Paul subbed in for Austin Rivers. Clock is at 3. Brooks from outside. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Bad communication defensively. This is the last guy you want to leave open from there.
Moore outside, and the pass to Brooks. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Clint Capella.
Wow, he got whacked on that one.
Good
Shouldn't be
defense,
much
boys.
debate there.
The Pelicans making a switch here.
defense, boys.
Davis is
Come on.
checked in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Stolen by Brooks.
Get off me.
And oh boy,
I
a lot of
won. Let's
contact
go.
there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Almost.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Clinton
Give me that
McCullough,
points.
last season he
I'm
played
confident.
outstanding.
I'm
First in
confident.
field goal percentage.
Come on.
Second in blocks. And he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
And last year, he really was the poster boy for scoring efficiency. You could count on one hand the number of bad shots he took. Green finds Capella. Bill Commissioner Adam Silver believes the 2K Esports League will have the staying power of the NBA, WNBA,
Yes.
G
Anthony,
League.
that's what we
A
fucking
pretty
need from
powerful
him.
comment to make.
And I hope he's right because I want to be
Yes,
the lead
make
color
that.
guy. I want us to be
We
the
need to
team.
win.
Why
It's
can't
about
it be us,
winning.
Kevin
Are you
Harlan?
kidding me?
Let's do that. Cut me the check. As
Sign
Rasheed
me
Wallace
up.
would say, CTC, cut the check.
Bill Simmons is here.
I'm ready.
And it's Green missing.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
More in the corner. Peyton outside. Randall passes to Brooks. That's his fourth
Oh,
pass from the
fuck
floor.
that.
He's made 2 of his shots. Young inside. Moore's there. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Rockets.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
The first free throw is good.
They gotta put on defense, man. No more buckets for them young boys.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Alvin Gentry wants a timeout.
He's working for that paycheck. Hey, 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 hey. Going hard. Oh God. Actually wearing something under them skirts. 2K17, he look crazy. The guy's like, yeah, this is where I can understand the language.
Chris Paul, future Hall of Famer, so many individual achievements. No rings to this point. Has missed some big games because of injuries. Where is he in the landscape of that discussion?
I mean, unquestionably a future Hall of Famer. One of the 7, 8 best point guards ever. There's no question. I do think the playoff resume matters a little bit. And I think the reality is he's 5'11". Like, he can list himself as 6'1", but he's a 5'11" guy. And it's really, really hard to build a championship team around a small guy. We've only really seen Isaiah Thomas in the modern era since the merger. He's the only guy we've seen be the focal point of a championship team. And Isaiah he's probably 6'1", maybe 6'2". It's just hard. It's hard to build your entire team around a short guy in a league with giant guys.
Talking about teams built around point guards, closer to 6 feet tall, Bill, Philadelphia tried to do with Allen Iverson.
They made the finals. They didn't win. Curry, I guess you could say Curry and Klay Thompson. Building your team around 2 guards who were shooters is the closest thing to an anomaly we've seen. But just statistically, I think the stats are going to carry Chris Paul, especially in this math-obsessed era that we're in with basketball and the advanced metrics, all that stuff. His advanced metrics case is unassailable. The playoff resume, though, you know, he's had some really good cracks at it, and there's a huge turnover against Oklahoma City that turned that series around. The Clips in 2015 literally choked away the Rocket series. I was at that game. They were up 18 in Game 6. James Harden was
It was
taken
out,
out.
man.
It just looked like they were about to blow him out, and they blew
Josh
it.
Smith was in that game
Josh
and kind of
Smith.
took over.
On
Corey
me, nigga.
Brewer,
Put the camera on me,
and
know that?
unfortunately for Chris Paul, that game and Game 5 in 2017 when he hurts, or 18 when he hurts his hamstring, in a win, that's the closest he's gotten so far. You know, will his career be vindicated by winning a ring? No, he's still one of the best point guards ever, but the playoff resume has to get brought up. I'm sorry.
But this was the year to do it.
This was the year to do it.
He couldn't have played it better. There was just enough room to get the shot off.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. Back to Payton.
My screen, wow.
6 on the shot clock. Bill, we know when you're writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, you know, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics.
Bullshit. No one's doing anything.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And
I miss you too,
and I'm
Ernie.
really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here
I
too.
miss you too, Ernie.
Yeah, me too. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the New Orleans Pelicans.
An aerial view of the many buildings making up the skyline of beautiful Houston, Texas. Our broadcast setting tonight. And we've been waiting for and David. Yeah, with that pump fake, he can get to the free throw line too, DA. There's just no answer. Opening night is upon us. Every team looking to come out of the gate strong. As we know, only half are going to get to the end.
Don't tell them that, Kevin.
I know you can't.
Let it breathe a little bit. Yeah. It is a long season.
Right.
The teams that we've seen in the past, sometimes what we're watching here tonight, 6 or 7 members of that team might not be on it come February. So.
Belgium. Okay, good. We win it.
Tucker,
We
he's
win
checked
it.
in
Good,
for
good,
Reed.
good. We're gonna
Gordon
keep that
comes
up.
in for Nick Young. And it's Rivers in for James Harden.
Yeah, that other game was some
So
shit.
for New Orleans right now, down low, it's Randall and Davis. Brooks is out there with Holiday, and it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. Tucker can't get it to go. New Orleans leading by 8. Inside, here's Davis, and Capella sends it back, and he gets it
his own
back.
board.
Good.
Here, blocking. Let me get my offensive board. I was
And
going to
it's
score anyway.
Paul with the ball for the Houston Rockets. And here's Rivers, trying to find Capella, gets it to him. Great D that time from Davis.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Randall, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Randall's got 7 points.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
The pass to Rivers. It's up a 3.
Hell no.
Good on the triple.
That's a big part of how Austin Rivers is making his living, attacking out of the pick and roll.
Brooks, the pass to Randall. Here's Johnson. Guarded by Tucker. Johnson against Paul. Here's Brooks. Good work defensively by Capella.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
As you shooting that.
Poke loose, and it's
Yes.
out of bounds.
Here we go.
Last touch by Gordon.
Yes.
And
First
let's
game.
take a
Yes.
quick look now at some stats here for Holiday. Great showing for him last season. 16th in assists, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long.
Chris Paul is just so comfortable and so confident. He's got such a quick release, too, off the bounce on that pull-up jumper.
Brooks against Paul. Brooks finds Randall, and it's good. Assisting on the play with Brooks. And that's now 9 points for Julius Randle.
How about he has yet to miss? 4-4 to start.
To the paint, and the dunk by Capella.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hammock. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Tucker. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And now it's only a 5-point Pelican lead. New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Outside Holiday. Pass to Randall. He kicks to Brooks. Back to Randall. New Orleans moving the ball around. Clock at 4.
Well, after some seasons that were a little tough on Drew Holiday, both on and off the floor, he certainly got.
That was the same as that score, bro.
That's a 2 from Gordon. That one a little long.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And Brent, last season, Holiday wasn't asked to do as much playmaking, and it seemed like it allowed him to focus on his scoring.
Well, I give Drew Holiday a ton of credit, Kevin. He went from being asked to work on off-guard skills to being shifted back to the point guard because of a Rondo injury, and then later in the season had to go back to all of the things he worked on in the offseason as an off-guard. And when he did that, he shined. So a heck of a season on the mental side of things for Drew Holiday last year. You can blame some poor defense on that play, just a total breakdown. Got to at least contest at some point.
Frazier kicks to Brooks. To the middle. Here's Diallo. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Rivers dishes to Green. Rejected by Brooks. And they get it back. And that one, good. Rivers has got 5 now. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Frazier the pass to Brooks. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. Stolen by Nene.
Well, they've weathered their turnovers so far.
And Green gets it to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Miller kicks to Brooks. He feeds it to Okafor. Stolen by Rivers.
That was not a turnover.
There's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for
This gave me a
one.
turnover for
I mean,
no
the
reason.
number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
New Orleans shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
A terrific play by
It's
Eric
a
Gordon to
simple
force the
glitch.
issue there and get the defense to overcommit on the jump shot.
The Rockets shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Up in time. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Julius Randle getting it done for New Orleans. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. Right back after this break. And And the Rockets came close, but Chris Paul still convinced this team has what it takes to win a title.
I'm in the wrong business if I didn't think we could win a title. I think we still got a lot of ways to go. We got a lot of work to do, but that's the fun thing about it right now, is to know that we're not there.
And his ability to stay positive, Greg, and stay at it, so admirable.
Yeah, and one of the best point guards of all time. You know he's hungry to break through and win a championship.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, Brooks is out there with Frazier. And it's Miller. Then there is Jahlil Okafor. And it's Diallo in at the power forwards position. Here's Brooks. And that one drops for him. Brooks has got his second basket of the game. And just looking back at AI and how he started his NBA career, what a way to make an entrance into the league in a pressure-packed situation, Greg, like this.
Yeah, and a lot of players would have been overwhelmed, but AI was instrumental in getting the win and helping the team secure a playoff berth. What an incredible moment it was for him in an NBA debut.
And there's a foul to go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Houston making some changes. Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Gordon. Stolen by Harden.
I think I had no defense.
Here's Faried. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And the persistence shown by Faried on every possession gets infectious.
And the free throw is good, now leading by one. And Kenneth Faried, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two. And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Green against Miller. To the inside. Stolen by Faried. And they're pushing it up. Here's Green. And it's Green slamming it down.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Miller outside. Kicks it to Brooks. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Pass to Johnson. Back to Holiday. Pass to Brooks. Over Paul. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Tipped away. And it's Houston's ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Pelicans trailed by 10. And the pass to Holiday. New Orleans moving the ball around. Randall surveying the D. Brooks misses.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Johnson in the corner. Outside Holiday. On the wing, Brooks. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
He's missing wide open layups.
Man, he's missing
Come
those
on,
kind
man.
of good looks. His team is in some serious
That's
trouble.
stupid. The game lets you do that, bro.
A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that game against the Jazz, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And it's Davis with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans, a 12-point game. Randall finds Brooks and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Shot to stop the run. He scores for only his third time tonight. Now 3 for 10, taking a climb out of the hole. Rockets leading by 10. Ball outside. Pass to Harden. Here's the 3. Offensive rebound. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got 8 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And here we go. Paul heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Paul's got 20 points.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the
They're
game.
losing because of me.
Yeah,
now.
looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
Can't go by nobody, my nigga. You slow
Brooks the
as
pass to
fuck.
Davis. And the basket is good.
Can't go.
Now you can
can't
just
go by
tell in his
nobody.
gait
Like,
and
he
the
keeps
look on his
slowing down
face.
every
He's
time
in
he
a
goes
great
in. I
rhythm
can't do
after
anything
a
with this player.
terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
For New Orleans, they have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
Fucking up my confidence over here.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
5 seconds
Pick up
separating
your
the
feet,
shot and
nigga.
game
Pick
clock.
up your feet.
Over in the
Nigga,
corner,
slow.
Paul.
Jog.
Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 5
It's
assists
slow as
tonight.
a nigga.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Davis inside, defended by Paul. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Harden. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Harden's got his second bucket tonight.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been a whole new 5 on the floor. New Orleans making some changes here. Gordon is at the 2 with Green playing the 3. E.J. Tucker is out there with Nene, and it's Rivers in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. It's Brooks on the wing, defended by Gordon. That's tipped. Just 5 on the clock. Taken away by Nene. Green against Johnson. Tucker misses the 3.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Deep 2 from Brooks. Pelicans keep it alive. Here's Okafor. And the Pelicans miss again. Houston's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Last season, Brent, the Pelicans took such a step forward as their role players really stepped up.
Well, how huge was AD and all the things he's capable of doing? Just a once-in-a-generation talent. Guys like
I'm gonna put it back on pro. I'm gonna put it back on pro. This is horrible. I'm over here like, I can't do anything. That guy's too weak for All-Star, bro. He's way too weak. He can't go by anybody. He keeps getting stopped when he gets touched. I'm like, this nigga's soft as hell. He's so soft. Hey, oh, he touched me.
So you're coming off 2 wins.
Wait, why are you just like standing there with the ball?
The 2K Sports
That guy's like too
pregame
weak.
show.
He's too soft, man.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in.
That's why you get your
So
fucking
happy you're
strength up
here.
and
I
shit.
just, I'm ecstatic that you're here.
Hopefully I can change the game settings, bro, because this nigga too soft, bro. I can't now. I'm gonna have to take a loss, but I'm gonna try to do my best. Take a way too soft right now, bro. Go to the neighborhood. I'll go back to the neighborhood, see what I can do. Then put on pro or something. There we go. 12-minute, but pro. Yeah, the superstar and Hall of Fame. Yeah, put on pro, cause my nigga too soft, bro. My nigga way too fucking soft, to be honest with you. My nigga way too soft. Every time he gets touched, he's like, I'm like, man, come on, man. Get stopped so fucking easily.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And
The sun setting over the busy metropolis of Houston, Texas. And that's where we're coming to you from tonight. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well,
it's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. And kind of rare, a battle of the pivot men tonight, Clark. What are some of the traditional things a center you think can still do to help his team win in this era of basketball?
Well, I think there are a number of things.
A whole new 5 on the floor.
Man, my nigga too soft for All-Star. Once I get my guy better, I'll put him on
so for
on
New Orleans
All-Star.
right
My
now,
nigga way too soft
Johnson
right now.
is out there with Darius Miller. Then there's Okafor. Then it's Brooks. And it's Frazier in at the point. Rivers passes to Green. And Tucker has it in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out. You've got to pursue the ball if you really get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Nene. Whistle blows. Basket is
serious?
good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
God, he's filleted your
Look at the
life.
intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game, phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Pelicans leading by 3. It's Brooks on the wing. Johnson outside. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Outside Miller. Here's Okafor. Just 4 to shoot. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
Really love how assured Okafor is close to the rim. Great confidence when he catches the ball inside. And he's extremely polished with his back to the basket.
Green finds Nene. And Tucker has it to the corner.
Still got it.
Sinks the triple. Tucker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from 3, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
Back to Frazier. Now here's Johnson. Defense is right there. Brooks misses.
How does this nigga get a 2 people?
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. Trailing by 2 and going against New Orleans. Their first game in the NBA's regular season.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Exactly. 2 top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
Pass to Tucker. A 3 ball. They get it again. Kicks it out to Gordon. Fires the 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Yeah, that's 2 straight.
Bro, he wasn't winning for no reason.
New Orleans has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
I'm trying to set a screen.
Frazier against Rivers.
Why are you trying to do almost screen so much?
Out to Miller. Brooks against Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Okafor. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Okafor is not the kind of guy to panic and just throw up any old shot. I mean, he plays with real poise and patience. Even when the shot clock's running down, he usually finds a way to make a good play.
Gordon for 3. Okafor grabs the miss. New Orleans in the lead. Brooks dishes to Miller. It's blocked.
A little rejection that time from Tucker. Using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Rivers gets a wide open look, and it's off from three-point range. Johnson against Green. Johnson kicks to Frazier. There's Miller with the 3. No good on that one. And Houston the other way now. Outside Gordon. Now the pass to Rivers. Here's Green. Pelicans pull it in.
That's good offense. The shot didn't go down, but they'll live with that.
Johnson surveying the floor. Brooks against Gordon. Brooks the pass to Okafor. Taken away by Nene.
Hey, a nigga pass better. Fuck. Just be handling the ball, basically.
Gordon against Johnson. And Miller with the block.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
The Rockets with another miss. Well, for New Orleans, shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Johnson kicks to Brooks. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. He feeds it to Okafor.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Green.
That's around him.
A miss that time. Would have put him up.
So dumb.
Here's Frazier.
Take that.
That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
Like a pelican.
Frazier's got his first basket of the night. Back right after this.
Guy in the beginning so trash.
Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises, and he talks about seizing the moment.
This time isn't going to last long. You know, we have a window. It goes by extremely fast. I cherish these moments. You know, I embrace them.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Still short.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, Gordon is at the 2 with Green playing the 3. PJ Tucker is out there with Nene, and it's Rivers in at the guard position. And it's Okafor missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, it's really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offensive success with this development as a long-range shooter. It's gotten to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
Rivers against Frazier, and it's Brooks at the elbow over Gordon, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Green finds Tucker, and they're unable to get the tying basket there. Out to the right wing from 20 feet out. Offensive rebound, Diallo. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Rockets. And the regular season officially begins. Most rookies around the league, Clark, will have their eyes wide open. I mean, wow, what an eye-opening experience to play with this speed, this talent. How nervous were you going back to that time in your life? How nervous were you on opening night?
Very nervous, really excited, but there were some butterflies that I had to work really hard at trying to get them to fly in formation because they were all over the place, Kevin. But ultimately, once you get out there and you break that first sweat or you get that first hit or bucket, then it simply becomes basketball. But prior to that, pre-game meal, your nap before the game, the butterflies are doing their own thing.
Outside Holiday, Brooks for 3. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Brooks has got 5 now. And just looking back at AI and how he started his NBA career, what a way to make an entrance into the league in a pressure-packed situation, Greg, like this.
Yeah, and a lot of players would have been overwhelmed, but AI was instrumental in getting the win and helping the team secure a playoff berth. What an incredible moment it was for him in an NBA debut.
Why do you pass like that? You just pass to the other fucking team. Pass over this nigga's shoulder, please. Like, God damn.
To the middle. 4 on the clock. There's Diallo, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And there's the foul.
Did he try to go through your body?
That's his first foul. Houston making some changes.
The people that make 2K don't know how to make fucking stuff.
Nick Young is subbed in for Gordon. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for New Orleans.
He's like, here you go. Thanks.
Here is Harden. Ball outside. Knocked away. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
No ball, no.
And so here is New Orleans. New Orleans with the ball.
Run straight.
They're on
Run straight.
3 run.
Protect that shit.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out. The percentages.
And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. He has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Brooks misses.
I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. That'll put Austin Rivers on the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
Well, you know, one of the things about Mike D'Antoni is that he's an excellent offensive mind, but he gives his players so much confidence. His defensive reputation is not as strong, but with the Rockets last season, they actually were a lockdown team at times. D'Antoni answering those critics about not being a defensive-minded coach.
Johnson right side. Looks for Holiday, gets it to him, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that matchup against the Nets, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on
Catch the
D
ball,
more
dog.
than anywhere else. He can guard 3
Use your
positions,
hands.
and there's a lot of value in that.
Rockets trail by 15. And
Look at
there's the foul. It'll
oh,
go
wow,
AI.
damn. It's like an automatic
That's his
foul
third
button.
foul so far. Bonus situation in
Can't play no
effect, so
game
we'll
with
head to
this
the free throw line for 2.
button,
For
dog.
Houston, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Austin Rivers at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
All you do is snap at it. Like, come on, guys. I gotta teach 2K how to make video games, man, because he sucks. This is horrible.
First free throw is
Why
good.
do you still have this
And
button
quarter, they've
automatically
had the
fouling
right
people
approach,
in 3-4
driving
years?
and drawing,
3-4 years.
initiating contact.
Every time I press the damn button, you foul.
Get to the line.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
like everything
stabbing.
you said there, because when all else fails, if you can
You
get
don't
to the
have it, you
strike,
stab
that's
at the
really
ball.
a good
You don't
way to
actually
change the
reach in
momentum in the
and
game,
touch his
because you
dick
get
and get all
points,
over him.
and you
Like,
also
goddamn.
slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And it seemed like they couldn't get
They're doing whatever
anything to
moment.
fall in that
They've been doing
opening
this for
quarter,
shit.
but you
Yeah,
can just
they've been doing
feel
this shit for
the
years.
momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down to 14, getting a little bit closer on the bucket from Rivers. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Holiday, and stolen by Gordon. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative.
They just hit him on the head.
Much
He
more
was like,
aggressive
fuck
here in the
this.
second.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
The first game, nigga, fucking.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans sitting with a
Halftime,
comfortable
nigga.
lead up by 14. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Kenneth Fareed. Kenneth, you guys have been out rebounded by a lot. Why do you think that's happened?
I don't know. We're missing a lot of threes, so they're getting a lot of those rebounds, and they're really gang rebounding in this group. So they're really getting after it, and they're making sure that we don't get no second chance shots.
Well, we'll see if that gets fixed in the second half, Kenneth. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, Jay Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Harden comes in for Gordon. And then for New Orleans, Diallo, he's checked in for Randall. Miller comes in for Drew Holiday. And Brooks subbed in for Bateman. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
So for New Orleans right now, Davis is out there with Diallo. Then it's Brooks. Then there's Darius Miller. And it's Moore in at the 2 spot. Brooks for 3. The Rockets pull it in. Tucker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Young taking his time here. And the call will be against Darius Miller. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Clark, we know of your involvement with college basketball, calling the Final Four. College teams occasionally change conferences here in the NBA. There's talk of eliminating conferences altogether.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a bit of a traditionalist here. I'm open to change, but I think there would need to be more rationale behind the change than what I've heard or read. So I think keeping it the way it is fine.
How do you get the ball like that?
That tradition aspect of it is what I'm hanging my hat
impossible,
on.
Nigga.
Anytime you try to manipulate matchups,
you don't get the ball like that. Be realistic.
Walking down the wrong road. So in my opinion, we should stay with the
Why do you pass like that?
I like it. Harden with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Paul can't get it to go.
Fuck, man.
New Orleans leading by 8.
Pissing me off for this shit.
Moore passes to Brooks. Sinks the 3-pointer.
That's
Brooks
like a
has got 8
jackass.
points.
What are you trying to do with them passes?
Thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
It's Harden with the drive. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I don't think there's anybody better than Harden at converting through contact. Superb in that area because he's crafty, he's strong, and he's skilled.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Gerald Green comes in for Nick Young. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. Okafor checked in for New Orleans.
Fuck.
Stanley Johnson comes in for Ejuan Moore.
Buckets.
Lob pass to Capella. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
He's a high percentage scorer for a reason now. Capella, an alley-oop specialist.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hat. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Rivers with it. He has 5. And here's Harden. Back to Rivers. 3-pointer. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 5 assists tonight.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Brooks kicks to Diallo. Fires the 3. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
This guy's really flowing with his stroke right now. He hit one earlier, and now he has 3 in this half.
Rivers against Brooks. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pelicans.
I like the work they've done at the free throw line all throughout this game. They've been the aggressors.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yes, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
I don't feel like watching these bitches no more.
Well, while we have a second, let's go to the
the
2K
same
leaderboards
moves.
for a list of the league's top shooters from last season.
Oh, my day.
Clint Capella on top.
He didn't miss many easy chances last year, and he made the most of the tough ones as well. What a fantastic percentage.
Brooks against Rivers. Harden outside. Just 5 to shoot, and Tucker has it in the corner. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 6 assists now in the game. And Clark, talk about the Rockets' identity, their style of play.
Yeah, it's all about the analytics, quite honestly. They're looking for drives and three-point field goals. Constant pressure on the defense. The long-range ball spaces the floor, and defensively they're going to try to switch and keep the ball in front and deny the same three-pointers they're looking for at their offensive end from the opposition. Evan, there's no stopping him right now. I mean, he's locked in this quarter. His defense has to get the ball out of his hand.
Rivers in the corner. Offline with his 3.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
Okafor dishes to Brooks. Drops in the layup for 2. Brooks has got 18 points.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Rivers, and Okafor with the block.
Boy, I love the defensive game of Okafor. He's got a wide reach, and that allows him to get to a lot of shots.
Brooks up on top, guarded by Tucker. Miller finds Brooks. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Johnson for 3. Here's Diallo, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. Eric Gordon is checked in for Houston.
My teammates anyway.
And New Orleans also making a change. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Miller. Capella, the pass to Gordon. Houston moving it around. Rivers, the Rockets with another miss.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist by Brooks. Holiday's got 19 points.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Brooks against Rivers. Brooks kicks to Okafor. Shoots over Capella. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Gordon deciding where to go with it. To the inside. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got 10.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
To the inside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Randall's checked in for Shaq Diallo. Brooks finds Holiday. Lock at 6. AI in the post. He's guarded by Rivers. And a missed layup.
I'm like pressing the button.
In the corner, it's Gordon.
Missed. It's a fucking layup.
From outside, off the mark. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pelicans lead by 15. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Harden. Clint Capella is out there with Kenneth Faried. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Rivers kicks to Harden. Over Holiday, and the basket by Harden. Harden's got the first basket. Making some changes. House is checked in, and Nick Young is subbed in for James Harden. New Orleans also making some changes, and Anthony Davis is checked in for Okafor. Ejuan Moore comes in for Johnson, and Brooks subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Rockets trail by 14. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. Clark, you went around 6'8", 6'9" or so, very versatile, able to shoot, certainly. We saw that in college and pro. Which players nowadays, if you had to say, hey, that kind of reminds me of how I used to play?
Well, you know, you think about a guy like Tobias Harris, really solid, can do a little bit of everything. Kyle Kuzma, the outstanding first-year player, just finished his first year with the Lakers. I like that. Even though he's a lefty, good size, gets to the glass, puts it on the floor okay. But those would be Kyle Kuzma and probably Tobias Harris, guys that remind me a little of myself back in the day.
Wonderful players. And the basket by Gordon.
Nice to see Gordon use his touch down low. I mean, not the biggest guy, but still skilled at scoring close to the bucket.
The drive by Brooks. The tray. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game. Faried throws it down.
They know he's looking for him, so it's easy to see why Paul's teammates love it.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. .139 left here in the 4th quarter. Shoots from 14, kept alive. Second chance shot, and it's laid in by Randall. Randall's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, you just can't let Randall hang around on the glass. I mean, that's how he generates a number of scores, and he does it pretty much every game.
It's good, and the New Orleans lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Kenneth Faried.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Young against Moore. High post, Davis. Brooks outside. .105 left in the 4th. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Pelicans.
Now, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And so many times we see someone step up and take charge. And tonight that happened here. It was a nice performance for Brooks.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
He dishes it to Davis. Brooks, the pass to Moore.
Take it up,
the kick out to Holiday.
Oh my God.
Just 3 to shoot. Brooks. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
You know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams.
He just threw it at me. Hey, go back. He just threw it at me. Oh shit!
How to close it out.
So we see
They
the
threw it at
Orange
me.
taking the
I'm like, nah,
W,
bud.
and
You
in
bad,
the
bud?
win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Owens saying thanks for being with us.
sorry.
See you later.
Ooh, ankle breaker. Finally. Good shit, boy.
Hey, AI. Interview request for you. Come on.
Well, for me, I barely played.
They want to hear from you.
AI. Griff
up?
Bryant. Thanks for talking to me. Congrats on your debut.
Thank you.
Well, now, you didn't get a chance to contribute much, but I'm always interested in how new players feel.
33 points.
That first game in the books.
3 boards, 8 assists.
You know, well, I would have loved to do a little bit more out there, but I mean, it's exciting to settle in and get a sense with this team and what they're all about. Fans are amazing, and you know, I hope to get a chance to show them a little bit more of what I can do out there.
After college, you spent some time in China and then in the G League. The NBA must feel like a whole new world.
Yeah, in some ways, sure. You know, the scope may be bigger, but the
Look at
goals
try
are
not
the
to make
same.
eye contact. Look like he's
I'm
selling
just gonna
drugs.
do my best to help them, win any way I can.
Oh, okay.
Look forward to contributing some W's.
I'm sure the fans will appreciate that. Listen, thanks again, AI, and congrats on the debut.
Thank you.
Thanks, Griff. You're good to go.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, AI.
How do you do this stuff? The fuck? Can't do it. Test their agility by pushing left analog stick and right analog stick in the direction that appears on the screen. This shit fun. I still hear the music though. I don't want to hear music. Alright, where's my nigga's office? Daily Spin, the hell? What the hell's Daily Spin, boy? The fuck was that? Eight skill boosts. It said his name was Chief Keef. A nice little HUD. Head to the barber shop real quick.
Hey,
what's
how you
up?
doing? What can I do for you?
Man, I'm looking to get a cut.
Oh, great. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Aren't you AI?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I've seen you play.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the basketball league.
Ah, nice.
Hey, listen, the last guy, he was charging our NBA players, so, we had to make some changes. So,
okay.
anytime you need anything, you come on down here and I'll take care of you. No charge. I'm Floyd, by the way.
Hey, man, it's nice to officially meet you, AI. Appreciate that.
All right.
My man working.
Bam!
Man, this looks great. Hey, you sure I don't owe you anything?
Nope. It's on the house. Come on back anytime you need.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Pretty haircut. Nope. I'm gonna go out of business soon.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Veronica, Nikaila's partner. Check for you.
great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
If I go down here, oh, it's a whole nother hood. Oh, not really. You around the corner, nigga. Yeah, we selling that dope.
out there doing work.
Ten total possessions against 5 different teammates. Opposing ball handlers become increasingly more challenging as you go. Get as many steals as you can. All right.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
I got ass, bro. No one said.
All right, let's go. More dilly-dally. Hey, see you later, man.
That was buns. I was so ass. Okay, it was something.
Bring it in, fellas. Season's almost here. It's time to get it in. You gotta find a way to create more scoring opportunities in transition. All right, so let's get to the baseline. We're gonna work on filling the lanes better to get the ball to the middle of the floor.
Damn, nigga, come on, God. That's terrible. I did I said 2 missed shots. Do another one. All right, you guys are done. Oh, miss. Make us do more. Damn, nigga, come on, God. Look at me, best, nigga. Clank, clank. Oh, fall asleep, nigga, fall asleep. A clank. A clank. A clank.
Good work in practice today, fellas. Make sure you get some reps in before you leave the gym.
Out here getting badges. To work on. What do we do? Catch and shoot.
All right, AI. I see you want to work on your three-point shooting. Let's get set up. Poetry in motion, AI.
Get that shot right, boy. Get that shot right. That shot right, boy. Get that shot right. Ooh. Put extra work and practice, boy. That shot right. That shot right.
You could do better than that. Hey, keep the ball up. Okay, keep it moving, fellas. Come on now. Next time. Next time.
First of one dribble, pull up front, forward, right. Then one dribble, pull up forward, left. Lastly, one catch and shoot 3.
All right, AI. I see you want to work on your three-point shooting. Let's get set up.
Just like that.
Got the dagger style. Put the action working, boy.
C to a D+ today, AI. You've been working on some extra credit.
Stretch a little bit.
Get it up. 2K TV Interactive time. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Boy, what a season so far. And I'll tell you, it's only getting started. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from New Orleans as the Pelicans go up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
You know what? About a week ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and I was like, when that happens, you can't panic. The season's just begun. Identify the real problems before you start tinkering on things.
Sometimes a lineup change can help. Things may just have to work themselves out, though.
Time now for tip-off. We get it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Hey, how you feeling, man?
Doing good, Coach.
Doing good? All right, well, listen, I just want to let you know that I've been talking with the coach. He's going to be getting some more minutes moving forward, starting tonight.
That's great.
Yeah?
I'll do my best with the time I'm given.
I know you will, man. You're doing well. Keep it up.
Coming at you from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us, and from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Well, it was the New Orleans Pelicans winning their last game against the Rockets in Houston. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
I absolutely love the fire they showed on the road. You really could tell they wanted that one.
This season, right now in the beginning stages, but some teams, Chris, already exceeding expectations. How do they keep that momentum? How do they keep things rolling along in that way?
You have to do that in the locker room and in practice. You have to make sure that you stick to the coach's rules and roles, and have to remember your success was built and predicated upon doing it the right way. And so how do you make sure you keep that focus? You pay attention to details, and especially the little things, and stick with the basics.
Good stuff. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Sacramento. Fox is at the point with Hield next to him at the 2. Down low, it's Bagley and Cauley-Stein. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot.
85.
Team swap here for New Orleans. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Bielitsa. He checks in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Brewer comes in for Barnes. Bogdanovich, who's checked in for Buddy Hield. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. Here's Ferrell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Hits the three-point bomb.
The three-point shot is wet. Bogdanovich looking calm, cool, and collected whenever he pulls up for that.
Here's Okafor, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Okafor's got his second basket of the game.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
And the type of game that many coaches hate. Very little defense being played on either end.
Now, here's Bagley. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Utah. Pelicans pull it in. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this season.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them. I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
And Brewer kicks to Bagley. A shot missing. Good D by Miller. And so it's Frazier. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Passes it to Brooks. Over Bogdanovich. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Post move.
The Kings trail by 4. Ferrell passes to Brewer.
He was a young man.
Shot to stop the run. Ferrell gets the bucket.
One man.
Frazier with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Nigga.
Kicks it to Brooks. Down low.
Score that.
And that one is off. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Bogdanovich wide open. Off target with his 3. New Orleans has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Brooks with no one around. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Brooks has got 8 points.
That's a good way to boost his three-point percentage and take advantage of some soft defense.
Farrell kicks to Brewer. The pass to Bogdanovich. Knocks it loose.
Op je foot, man.
And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition team. In third, the Pelicans.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
1:57 left in the first quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the foul. It's on Tim Frazier. That is his first foul of the game. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against New Orleans. For Sacramento, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
New Orleans making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. There's one strike for the Kings has been their bench.
Off him.
Well, the reserves have carried them in times. For a young team, though, you're developing guys, and you like that competition. The subs pushing their counterparts in the starting lineup, that's not a bad thing.
Here's Bjelica. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Kings shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Bogdanovich, a great understanding of how to play the game of basketball. That IQ, that confidence, very valuable to this young Sacramento team.
And Bogdanovich, well-liked in the locker room.
A great teammate, and he's one at the highest levels in Europe. Look, he brings a leadership and an understanding of what it takes.
Farrell gets the bucket.
He's got some pep in his step tonight. I wonder what he had to eat last night. I mean, very solid first quarter for him at the offensive end.
Frazier kicks to Brooks. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Frazier the pass to Okafor. To the paint. Shot by Frazier, no good. Sacramento's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. And there's the foul.
Fucking foul.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. From deep 3-point range, second chance shot, and it's laid in by Randall.
See what Randall can do when in full attack mode. There, converting off of the miss.
Down low, it's Randall and Davis. Ejuan Moore is out there with Brooks. And it's Miller in at the small forward. That's the Pelicans 5. Now here's Hield. He's coming off a 19-point game against Utah. Back to Barnes. Shot clock at 5. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Kings.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Moore finds Brooks. Pass to Randall. Back to Brooks. Hits the front of the rim.
Shot, man.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. That shot is off. Randall with some nice D. Pass to Brooks. Brooks can't get that one to fall.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Slow as fuck.
Barnes kicks to Fox.
Like it's slow
Again,
motion.
the miss by the Kings. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They host the Clippers after this game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Randall dishes to Brooks. And they take the lead. Brooks has got 10.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to Utah. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
He was hoping to avoid a 3rd foul before the breakout. Now, he might have to sit out until halftime.
Now, here's Fox. He has 5. The pass to Hield. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Barnes for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. 10 points for him. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
To the inside. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
You got to love the decision-making from Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, aware he must keep improving as a passer.
There's the feed to Davis. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Hield the pass to Fox.
Positional feet, brother.
Pass to Bielitsa. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists tonight.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role, providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report.
Can't run for shit.
Brooks against Fox. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Randall finds Brooks. 6 to shoot. Randall passes to Brooks. Over Fox. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Nobody near Barnes. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping.
Brooks for 3. They get the rebound. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Randall.
Oh, great presence inside the painted area. This is where Randall's most effective.
Fox kicks to Hield. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pull up, gang.
And the shot
Pull up,
goes
gang.
in. Now just a 3-point Kings lead. Kings shooting straight 49% from the field. Fox passes to Hield. Here's Fox. 8 points for him. Can't get it to drop. Made 3. Missed 2 from the field.
Get off me, Anthony.
Now here's Randall. Guarded closely. Count it. Moore's got 5 points so far.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
It's a close game here in New Orleans. Hield kicks to Fox. Hield the pass to Fox. Sacramento moving it around. Barnes against Miller. 5 to shoot. From 15 feet away, it's rebounded by New Orleans. 3 on 3. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Anytime Randall gets to the rim, you better look out. It's about to be a brutal finish.
Fox kicks to Cauley-Stein. It's Bielitsa. Lays it up off the glass. Bielitsa's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
He has them reeling. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
New Orleans has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Brooks dishes to Miller. Back to Brooks. Inside, Randall. And Randall throws it down. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure. And 2 for 1, that's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call, but let's see what they do right here.
Now here's Barnes. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah. Over Miller. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. 14 points for him. The Pelicans trail.
And this is where you milk the clock.
You're exactly right. No reason to give your opponent another crack at this. It's all you.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Pass to Barnes. Over Miller. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Oh, almost went in.
That'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. New Orleans on top as they end the second quarter on a 12-4. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the big group substitution here for Sacramento. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Brewer comes in for Harrison Barnes. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Hield. And Farrell subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. On the
Thank you for that normal looking move.
Corey Brewer is out there with Bielitsa.
Every other move I did was slow as hell.
Then there's Bogdanovic. And it's Farrell in at the point. Coach Dave Yeager never missed the playoffs as head coach in Memphis. Chris, is it tough to go from that kind of success to a team now in rebuild mode?
You bet it is. I mean, it's a different challenge to build something from the ground up. It takes a lot of patience. You have to appreciate the small moments of progress, even when the wins are few.
Free throw good, Bogdanovic. Chris, of current players who could eventually become coaches, who would you put in that category? There are a lot of brilliant guys that play this game, think the game through so well.
Chris Paul, Ariza, those guys come to mind for some reason to me. Klay Thompson,
yes,
he comes to mind, and I don't know if it's the personality that I see these guys in, or if it's the way that they approach the game. But yeah, those guys come to mind. I definitely could see them taking the game to another level once their playing days have ended.
Frazier kicks to Brooks. Passes to Okafor. The open shot by Brooks. Hits the jumper in space. Brooks has got 14 points.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Farrell looking around. Brewer finds Bogdanovic to the paint. They swipe it. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Here's Brooks. Ready by Bogdanovic. Kings leading now by 8. A 3. Offensive rebound.
That's 2K. That's such a 2K thing
The
to
pass to
happen.
Bielitsa. And he banks in the layup. He's got 15.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart? Can't quite find his three-point touch in the second half yet. He had 2 in the first half, but still none since the break.
And it's Frazier with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. It's a 10-point game. Johnson wide open.
Thank you. Let's go.
Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Farrell. He's got 10. He kicks it to Bogdanovic. Shoots the 3. Sacramento gets it back in a new 24. And the foul's on Cheick Diallo. That's his first foul. Miller's checked in for the Pelicans. the pass to Bogdanovich. Farrell for three. It's hauled in by Diallo.
They cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
Pass to Brooks. The dish to Okafor. Back to Brooks. Rebound by the Kings. Bielitsa's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
Now Brooks, 14 points for him. Diallo the pass to Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. They get a hand on it. Farrell kicks to Brewer. Pass to Bogdanovich. Shoots from the baseline, and he buries that one.
Damn,
Drilling
Lloyd,
the
it's
rim
going
on the
too
way
much.
down. Bogdanovich has got 13. Inside.
Fuck! Wasn't even
And now
looking.
Sacramento on the break. A floater. That's tipped.
That's it, Johnson.
Now here's Johnson. Kicks it to Brooks. To the middle. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Diallo.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Yeah, he got
Bogdanovich passes to Farrell.
He be running and be in the same spot for like 2 seconds.
1:57 left in the third quarter. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
It's stolen by Bagley. One-on-one fast break. Passes to Farrell. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
And Yogi Ferrell, the undrafted Indiana product, went undrafted after staying all 4 years in Bloomington, but he has shown, Greg, to be a very strong player.
Yeah, and Farrell is the perfect example of why you give a 4-year player a chance. Knows how to make the most of his time on the floor. I think he could start for a team. Maybe be the 6th man, lead the second unit, play off the guard. He is just such a versatile
Do you think
player.
Diallo kicks to Brooks. To the inside. Here's Okafor. Battles through traffic and lays it in. He's got 12.
Offensively, he's been their driving force, determined not to let the lead get any bigger.
Bogdanovich passes to Farrell. Stolen by Brooks. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Johnson.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
To the paint. And here is Brooks. He's got 14. And foul on the shot. So
goaltending, right?
At the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Pelicans have hit 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Coach, that's 50%. Not great work there.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
16 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Bielitsa. 15 points in the game. And there it is for him.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Bulls from the top of the key. Misses there.
And it's important that he'll improve on his defense because I like watching him show focus on the other end of the floor.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings with their... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm
smooth, man.
assist
Like, there's so
of
many
the game.
blockades, like invisible
Just
blockades.
true artistry
Like, I wanted to
right
split
there.
that,
I mean,
and I don't know how to
decision
split
on
in this
where to
game.
go
Well, you probably
with
still
the
can't do
ball.
that.
How about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Down low, it's Randall and Davis. Payton is out there with Brooks, and it's Miller in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
You can't lay that pass in there any better.
Sacramento with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. Inside, here's Bagley, and finished off by Bagley.
Oh, this is what smart point guards do. Fox is adept at realizing the defense's mistakes and exploiting them.
Got that one up quick. Brooks has got 5 points now this quarter.
I mean, logs his first 3 of the second half after nailing 2 in the first. They don't want to let this fella get going.
Payton against Fox. Healed outside. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Brooks finds Payton. Back to Brooks. The pass to Randall. And stolen by Barnes. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. And that'll be his 3rd foul. Misses.
When you think of Cauley-Stein, the word length comes to mind. A huge target on offense and a tenacious shot blocker and rebounder in the defensive end.
Here's Brooks. It counts.
Go!
And the foul. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox.
Guys separate themselves by
bitch ass nigga.
Clutch situations. Give this man
Let's go. Let's go.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Heel.
Drain that.
No good. Nigga. And it's Barnes with the ball for Sacramento. They trail by 1. Cauley-Stein. Got it!
And Cauley-Stein's teammates want him to take these shots because they believe in his shooting ability.
New Orleans has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Brooks outside. Dishes it to Holiday. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. He sinks the clutch free throw. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
How about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them like that.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 1. There's 39 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
Hey, they do have enough time here. If they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1, we'll see if they try.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Julius Randle.
And he's been dialed in.
Look at the game so good.
Good on over 60% of his attempts. They've been working the ball around well, and he's benefited with a lot of open looks. And boy, has he made the most of it.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to listen to Dave Yeager's huddle with his team. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Then we'll see how they respond.
Thank you, David. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're down by 1. We've got 28 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. So it's Sacramento. It's a 1-point game. Cauley-Stein.
Wow. At 7 feet tall, Cauley-Stein is a major threat to throw it down. If he gets the ball close to the rim, he is pretty much toast.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's Randall. Ooh, offline. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
What sticks out about Fox is his speed. He's one of the fastest guys in the game.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 2. 6 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Cruz Holiday. Brooks, that's a two-pointer.
Shouldn't be a surprise. Randall did this in Kentucky. He likes the ball in his hands when it counts.
Take the shot, pass it off. Hell no. I'd be funny as hell if they made that shit.
So we are headed to overtime. I'm New Orleans, back in a moment.
You can't beat the king. Tie it up. Tie it up. Fake the shot, pass. Fake the shot, pass. Niggas came up like, fake, psych.
Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one.
Nigga, they sitting me?
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. So we see New Orleans taking the W here.
In double overtime, we won.
Down the stretch, but things finally came
in double
together
overtime, we won.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Who's that play to tie it up and go into overtime?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a tremendous offensive night for you. How did you find that rhythm?
Yeah, I think I'm a volume scorer, DA. I know if I keep putting up shots, they're gonna start dropping, and that's what happened tonight. I'm all about putting on a show, and when it wins us games, that's even better.
Fans wanted an encore, and you gave it to them. Congratulations on a big win. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
I almost got pickpocket, motherfucker. Pick Dodger.
That I want.
I'll be back. gonna do something to the settings. It looks like the vertical dynamic VSync is being fucked with. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys follow, subscribe, and share in the streets. Of you playing my team? What? What? Okay. What the fuck was I gonna do? Oh yeah, the settings. I gotta go back to the main menu. Okay, maintenance. Do you play my team? Is that a question? Oh man. Man, I am the king of 2K. I taught people how to play the game, man. Look at my videos for the past years. Of course I play 2K. Of course I play my team. Of course I play Pro-Am. I play everything. I play everything, nigga. I play everything, nigga. Oh man. All right. Die for. You got the new magic? Nice, bro. I haven't even touched my team yet. I haven't even touched my team or my league or anything yet. I just got this in my career going. That's it. I just got that going. I haven't even got my team yet. But I have taught the game, so. Game 3. Finally got my face scanned in. It's in. Look at my sexy face inside the game. 2K be messing up on the face scans, man. 2K be messing up when my face is in, so. Ah, it looks worse now. It looks worse on both screens. I do need VSync though, cause I'm streaming. You know what I mean? Need to get that shit tight. But no, yeah, I'll just keep this off. Okay, almost got that 100K. Pull my guy real quick, man. Nigga too slow right now. Bang. Increase acceleration. I did what I can for now. Steel's up? Yeah, Steel's almost up. Two-way shot creator out here. If you guys want music going out through the stream, you know what to do. Gotta be a subscriber of Twitch and or Smashcast. Got them wins by
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Our game tonight featuring the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Looking at the Clippers, they're coming in off a win in their last game against the Rockets. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform expectations. What can they do to keep rolling?
Just keep playing to your strengths, and you never let up. You can't change what you're doing now. It's working.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
And to add on to what my good friend Kenny is saying,
am I not your friend?
But you didn't say anything.
Yes,
Kenny
I did.
Said something. All right. Anyway, can't get overconfident like you're doing right now. Even though you're winning, you keep looking for things that you can do better.
Man.
And you are my good friend, Ernie.
Oh, thanks, Shaq. Now, let's send it over to Kevin Harlan.
Good for you, Brandon. Good for you, Playboy. Make sure you guys share the channel. Let's get some more people up in here. People gotta learn about greatness. People gotta learn how to play the game, man. Everyone playing like a dumbass out there. Gotta learn how to play from a real one. Everyone plays like a dumbass. I got no clothes now.
Basketball action from New Orleans, Louisiana, home of the Pelicans, here on 2K Sports. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. Well, it was the New Orleans Pelicans winning their last game against Sacramento. And, of course, that game going to overtime, a very exciting finish there, but they stayed strong to the end and pulled it off.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
Steve, obviously every team wants to start a season
Look at my
strong.
tweet.
How do coaches and players create a
I got no
sense of
supporters. I'm not
urgency
putting
early in the season?
my actual money into streaming and video editing anymore.
You're looking and saying we have to get off.
Well, video editing, yeah, because I can video edit my basketball, which is more important to me. But streaming and all that, if I'm having one or two people in, it's like nobody in, there's really no point of really putting my physical money in there. Not a lot of people want to care for it. Not a lot of people want to get better in life, so they don't watch me anymore. They want to get worse in life, so they don't watch me no more. So
out on the perimeter.
it's fine. So I don't put my own money in it. Once I have some supporters, they want to support me, bring the channel back up, go ahead. But I'm not bringing my own money in it.
Williams against Payton. Just 5 to shoot. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thanks as always. Their goal early on is a simple one, keeping those opposing shooters from getting hot.
Yeah, and so defensively, they can't get tied into any one strategy.
You guys know what to do. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe, and share. Learn how to support the channel.
Changes for New Orleans. Okafor checked in for Anthony Davis. Johnson comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Brooks subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And then for Los Angeles,
Okay.
comes in for JaMychal Green. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in. for Patrick Beverly. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Well, you talk about a professional scorer. That's Lou Williams, the former Sixth Man of the Year.
Kind of bit faster.
Offense.
To the paint.
Still shit passing.
And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. And the Clippers miss again. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New
I'll be
Orleans
the nigga,
Pelicans.
Randall.
He
Shit.
kicks to Brooks.
That's cool.
And Holiday has it in the corner. Back to Brooks. Shot clock at 6. Here's Okafor. Out of hand on it, and he gets it back. Count that bucket. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. A 3-ball. Lou Williams, and that's good. Williams has got 7.
Smooth shooting motion from distance. Williams making it look easy.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. Johnson with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
Williams can't get it to go.
The defense fortunate there. He's a guy you hate to leave wide open.
Off me.
Brooks misses.
Come on, man.
For Los Angeles, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Kicks it to Mbah a Moute. And it's off from three-point range. Randall finds Holiday. Brooks outside. Pass to Okafor. The kick out to Holiday. 5 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Having a good, efficient start to this game offensively. Let's see if he can keep it going.
The Clippers trail. Outside Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Okafor. And stolen by Harrell. And the layup's good off the glass. And that's now 9 points for Williams.
In attack mode pretty much every game we see him. This time.
Range crap. And wire ass.
Congratulations to Skip to My Lou. He has won the $250,000 My Team Unlimited tournament. Check 2K TV next week for all the announcements and behind-the-scenes access from the tournament final in Charlotte.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Looking at the Clippers, they're coming in off a win in their last game against the Rockets.
Why the floor is sparkling like that?
Orleans, 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Pelicans. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge. Let's check in for Peyton. And the Clippers with a change here, too. And Baamute's checked in. We've already seen a few players make, Brent, a big leap over last year. Their hard work is really paying off.
The interesting thing over the past few years is just how intricate the off-season training is for players. And this is why I think the evolution of the game feels like it's been sped up. So many specialized coaches, so much time that guys want to work on facets of their game that are opening up opportunities. And with so much space that's on the floor for guys, we get to see those skill sets a little bit more often on a nightly basis. Awesome to see that players continue to strive to maximize their potential.
I agree. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Williams and Gallinari out on the perimeter. Luke and Baamute out there with Harrell, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Holiday attacking over in the corner, Randall. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Beverly, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Patrick Beverly grew up in the west side of Chicago. He said it was a pretty rough high school to go to, Brent.
John Marshall Metropolitan, and he was the head of a 1-2-2 full court press where he just racked up a bunch of steals. Can you imagine just not getting the ball ever over half court? That's because Patrick Beverly was up there playing defense.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Okafor is checked in for Anthony Davis. Darius Miller comes in for Randall. And it's Johnson in for Moore. Okafor against Harrell. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Lock at 6. Baseline J on the way. Brooks grabs the board.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And right now, the game plan seems to be working.
It looks like this team has finally gotten into the club and found its rhythm, trying their best to pull away.
Beverly, the pass to Harrell. Back to Beverly. A floater, and it's blocked by Brooks. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. And there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game. Frazier, he's checked in for New Orleans. Garrett Temple is checked in for the Clippers. Here's Brooks. A 23-point game for him in the win against Sacramento. He kicks to Miller. Pass to Frazier. Shot clock at 5. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's Okafor missing.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, can't question the will of Chandler on that play. The grizzled veteran solid at sticking with his shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
Frazier kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Brooks. Over Temple. And again, no good by New Orleans.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
Shots good by Miller.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Temple dishes to Mbah-a-Moute. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, covered by Miller. Here's Temple, drains it from beyond the arc. Temple's got his first 3 points of the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Brooks for 3. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round 1.
And I don't know if I'm going to call these guys rivals, but as conference opponents, they're still familiar with each other. Neither team will want to give an inch in this first meeting.
Harrell, that's good.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D. in a variety of ways.
Here's Brooks. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
Takes the 13-footer. Temple can't get it to go.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Brooks finds Miller. Back to Brooks. Frazier outside. To the wing on the left. New Orleans moving it around. Brooks the pass to Okafor. Over Harrell, and Okafor at the basket on the assist by Brooks. Okafor's got his first bucket of the night.
They're off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Here is Mbah a Moute. Rebound by Johnson. Pelicans leading by 8. To the inside. Miller kicks to Okafor. There's the pass to Johnson. Brooks for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. 1:05 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Out to Chandler. Here is Mbah a Moute. Misses the 3. And so Brooks will bring it up for New Orleans. Here's Frazier. Misses off the right iron. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
I hate how Frazier got to run with me. Like, bro, if you're faster than me, just run forward.
Chandler against Johnson. Pass to Mbah a Moute. Drills it from outside.
I know Frazier's faster than my
got
guy.
Himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Puts one up from 19. Good as the jump shot falls. Brooks has got 8 points.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. His 3-pointers off the mark. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, we've got a minute now. Let's hear what it was like for AI in his first.
I look back on it, and it was just a surreal experience, you know, getting the call up, joining the team. Everything happened so fast I didn't have time to, like, overthink it or overanalyze it. So it was a bit of a ride, but, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way given the circumstances.
And that first game must have been a whirlwind for him.
Joining the team when he did with that much on the line, that's a lot of pressure to drop anyone into. AI showed, though, he could handle it and prove to be an asset.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
Yeah, if your opponent fails to block out, you get yourself in great position. That was the story of the first quarter for them offensively.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Harrell. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Garrett Temple. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the 4 slot. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button. And you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander.
Thank you, Smooth, with the follow on Mixer. Welcome to the channel, man. Keep up with me on social media and on YouTube.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Brooks, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Mbah-a-Moute. Talk about what it means to be a good teammate, Brent. You've played with good ones. You've played with bad ones. I've always thought you were team first when you play.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. There's just an idea about what it is that you can contribute to the team. I think you always have to accentuate those ideals. Your approach on a daily basis has to be consistent. And if you're a starting player, it's one mentality. And if you're somebody that plays off the bench, you have to come to practice every day to push the guy that's in front of you and wait for your opportunity. But most of the time, it's that kind of consistency with which you come to work and the attitude of making sure that I want to make any kind of contribution I can for our team's success. That usually is a pretty good formula for a good teammate.
E'Twaun Moore is checked in for New Orleans. Williams attacking. No good there. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
The fans certainly got their money's worth in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real gritty win for them.
Man, they had to scrape and claw just to get themselves back into the game and into overtime, but they really kept their composure in the extra 5 minutes, and it paid off for the win.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Pelicans a much better team last year than they've been in the past. Still have some areas to address before maybe they become a home court advantage team or a top 4 seed. But the number one thing is they've got to get some more consistency in their outside game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits the front of the rim and out. Pelicans leading by 12. From deep, Moore. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Here's Temple. Williams up on top. Double team on Williams. And it's on a bounce to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Well, the 3 is king right now.
How the hell would you step out like that?
Problem for the Pelicans.
Well, the team knows they only have a handful of dead-eye shooters. They were in the bottom third for threes taken last year. They played
Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Davis. Darius Miller comes in for E'Twaun Moore. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Brooks subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Green. Mbah-a-Moute comes in for Gallinari. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Garrett Temple. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Lou Williams. Trying to get something going, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And Mbah-a-Moute's got 5 points so far. New Orleans leading by 9. It's Brooks on the wing. 12 points for him. Okafor. Brooks the pass to Diallo. Okafor gets the bucket. Okafor's got 4 points this quarter.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Brooks for 3. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. 15 points for Brooks.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted here trying to keep up with these guys, and I'm just watching. Yeah, they always attempt to wear you out.
And Mbah-a-Moute can't get it to go.
Not sure why he keeps trying.
Let's go, baby. I see you
here. It's just not his night.
Ow. Almost.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Kicks to Harrell. Everly for 3. That shot off. And so that brings the first half to a close. Pelicans lead by 14. And now.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, you have been getting it done tonight. Scoring, rebounding, everything. How have you played, and where have you found all this energy?
I'm just nice of the game.
I think it's more about effort than energy, DA, especially on the boards. You know, rebounding is all about hard work. And I want to be the one setting the example out there, you know? Letting our fans know that we're going to leave everything we have on the floor.
And you have done just that in the first half. Love the effort and hustle, Kevin.
Walk away.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Right, bitches.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from AI.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
Down low, it's Randall and Davis. Peyton and Holiday are together in the backcourt, and it's Moore in at the three. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Harrell dishes to Williams. Beverly, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Beverly's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverly beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Here's Randall. That's in. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. E'Twaun Moore, someone, Brent, who bounced around early in his career, but has still found a way to be a big contributor.
Yeah, and I think that the fit for E'Twaun Moore, having AD, he can kind of stay in the background and get shots off where he's open, his feet are set, and you can see that trend in his field goal percentage that's coming into the league. Last year had a phenomenal year shooting the ball.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Beverly finds Harrell. Back to Beverly. Outside Williams. Off target from outside. New Orleans leading by 19 points. Here's Moore, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I see it now.
And the Clippers get called for the foul.
The frames are going to
E'Twaun Moore can
56,
score. He's had some
60.
very good shooting years, and is going to find his way to the free throw line here.
That's good from Moore. And E'Twaun Moore has always been a solid shooter in the NBA, Greg, and he's continued to grow in that department.
I mean, just look at the career numbers from deep in terms of efficiency. In the last 2 years, he started to take on more and more.
Orleans making some changes here. Johnson, he's checked in for Moore, and Brooks subbed in for Payton. And then for the Clippers, Green. Temple comes in for Lou Williams. And Gilgeous Alexander is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers.
On Friday,
Rockets. They'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
You know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
And the first one at the line is good. Traveling has been a concern for the NBA for a while. For a purist like you, do you like that?
Well, you got to get from city to city.
I don't think that's the kind of traveling I'm talking about here.
Yes.
I only ask you pay attention. That's all. It's a simple request.
Yeah, they're doing a better job.
Oh, that's Ali.
Some get away with it.
Ali, you are ass. Catch the ball. Catch the ball.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Holiday. Coming off a terrific season, 16th in assists. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long.
Watch out below. Gallinari gets up there.
Shit.
You don't see that much from him, but like to see it when you do.
Brooks outside. Down low.
What do you... Yo! You don't hide behind a nigga.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
You seal off.
Brooks covering.
Learn basketball, nigga.
Again, Los Angeles.
Ass. Everyone's
How about the
ass.
move he
They
made
just
there to come
ass.
up and get himself
Okay,
clear
fucking up,
in the
man.
lane for the deuce.
I'm barely on this game. I'll be back on this game anyway. You're wide open.
And there's Randall on the assist by Brooks.
Monkey ass nigga.
Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one.
It's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency
Give
of
me
the
that
made
shit.
shots that's
Give
got
me
his
that.
team in the lead.
Oh. God damn it, boy.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 7. No good from 11 feet.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Here's Holiday. New Orleans moving the ball around. Randall kicks to Davis. Brooks outside.
Oh, nice pick and roll.
Back to Davis.
Nice
That's
pick
it.
and roll.
That's his 5th field goal.
Nice
He's
pick and
on
roll.
71%.
There we go.
5 for 7. The Clippers shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Pass to Temple. Here's Harrell, guarded by Holiday. Davis against Harrell. 6 on the shot clock. And no good that time. Davis with some nice D. And it's Randall, top of the key. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. 18
Mitch,
points
homie,
for
what's
Julius
up,
Randle.
man?
And he can smell
I'm out here
blood
raging.
in the water. Excellent
For the
finish.
love of the game.
When your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Inside, it's stolen by Davis. Brooks outside. Whistle blows.
Go!
Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Some changes for New Orleans. Okafor's checked in for Anthony Davis. Diallo comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Darius Miller in for Drew Holiday. Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Garrett Temple. Clock at 6. To the middle. Shot to stop the run. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, Doc Rivers might have done his best coaching job last year. You think about how many G League guys came in and started games, and he even talked about it as being a season with a breath of fresh air, with all that newness and the things he had to teach and go back to the drawing board. So a heck of a year for them, and they might have found some gems.
Frazier, he's checked in for Stanley Johnson. Brooks against Beverly. The baseline J. That shot off. And the Clippers will come the other way. And Doc raved about last season's roster. But Brett, he admitted by the end of the Blake Griffin, Chris Paul era, he had had it up to here with all the chemistry issues.
Well, he said that every playoff disappointment, Doc felt like the buy-in of the entirety of the team got narrower, as if they couldn't get it done because of what had happened the season before or 2 seasons before that. So a very hard group to coach, a very talented group to coach, but a lot of things lingered in that locker room, and if you're not on the same page, there's just no way to climb that mountaintop.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Moore's checked in. Inside. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 here in the quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Brooks, the pass to Diallo. Moore outside. Now here's Brooks. The dish to Miller. Feeds it to Brooks.
And Daga.
Comes up empty down low. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
misses the three, sinks the triple. Brooks has got 20 points.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
From my playback, bro.
Got a piece of it. And oh, here we go. Brooks, nobody back. Here's the lob to the hoop.
Wow. That's a pass to
Miller
him.
finds Okafor. And yes, it's good.
That was the most
got 8.
scripted shit I've seen in
Not
this
quite
game.
as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Over in the corner, Beverly. But they recover it. Here's Chandler. Here's Harrell, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jahlil Okafor. That one is off.
Well, Montrezl Harrell seen by many as a throw-in in that
Yo,
Chris
show
Paul
me,
trade.
is the video okay?
For the
I
Clippers.
can't see my
New
playback.
Orleans has gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break.
I can't see my
Moore with
playback.
the
Is the
bucket.
video okay?
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Harrell kicks to Mbamute. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points here in the second half. Here's Diallo. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Pulls up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's New Orleans holding a very comfortable 25-point lead
I can't
as
see
the
it on my
quarter comes to a
playback.
close.
As long as it's
Their
good for,
defense has been
everyone
active
else.
and effective. Back to the
It's
action
just weird, I
after
can't
this
see it.
word.
Take it up.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Assist
And
of the
definitely
game, is it me?
deserving of the prize tonight. How
Okay,
about
I
the
think it's
read
me.
he made here, looking like a point guard.
I'm the scorer, though.
Right on the money.
Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Anthony Davis,
94 to
he's checked in for
113.
Okafor. Julius Randle comes in for Diallo. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Ian Clark.
Anthony
and Brooks
Davis
subbed in for Darius Miller.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
And no question, it looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game.
And
And they're
wants to
likely
play,
to
let me
keep
know.
doing this until the
I'm on
defense
Steam,
makes
I'm
an
on
adjustment.
PC.
Setting the floor for the
Twitch,
Clippers.
Smashcast, Mixer,
You've got Williams,
YouTube,
Luke Mbamute
Periscope,
out there at the
out here.
Gallinari. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1.
And you never know what Lou Williams is going to pull off, especially when he's working the screen and roll game.
Nice.
And the
There we
basket is
go.
good.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. Tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA. But last season, the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping
foul my
apart.
boy.
The old uniform malfunction.
Keep it clean, man. We ahead, we ahead.
Maybe,
No need
You
to
even
foul.
had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
well, the tie, bad tie.
Yeah.
I always have bad ties.
No.
I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing. So maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting in the early part of last year. A lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will do something about the fabric this year.
Brooks misses.
Got the young boy.
Clippers trail by 20. 1:36 left in the game. Passes it to Gallinari. Launches a three.
Off.
It's good from
Oh,
long
Lord.
range.
He made that.
Gallinari's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is going
If you guys want me to keep on playing, let me know.
I love the
I might just end after this or play another game.
as well as the ability
and
to
then
close.
eat dinner. If you want me to keep on playing, I'll eat dinner while I play.
For the Pelicans.
Got him.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big double for Davis.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Moore against Williams. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Harrell, that's good.
This is where you want the shots to come from, deep inside the paint and high percentage opportunities.
And so the Pelicans now can just hold on to the ball.
Oh, got him. What the
Stolen
fuck?
by Harrell.
He found me.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Simple things in life.
And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That will get in his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second.
No double-double. No double-double.
So we see New Orleans taking
No
the W.
double-double.
They won
That's
this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling.
All right, I'll play another
when you
game.
play
If
almost a
anyone wants me to
perfect
keep on
game,
playing,
and to
I'll
have that crowd
take a
be
break
so pumped
to
up.
pretty much make dinner and
And
come
now
back
let's
and keep
catch
on
up with
playing.
David
If
Aldridge,
not,
who's
I'll just
standing by from the
eat dinner.
sideline. All right,
Go
Dave.
to sleep.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, congratulations on the win. You were the driving force out there on offense, so why were you so effective?
That's the game, boy. What do you mean?
Well,
My fans, look at my
they didn't
fans.
make it easy on me, DA. But I was determined to get us all the points that we needed, no matter how they were playing me. I didn't want it to leave it to anyone else tonight. You know, I just wanted to be the one to get us there and to get our fans and get everybody this victory. So I'm glad it worked out.
I saw that Stephen Curry
Well,
was
your
saying.
fingerprints
That's
were
funny.
all over this game tonight. Well deserved.
Fans.
Congratulations, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
Lost 10%
Thanks
team
for
chemistry.
watching
That
the
makes no
NBA,
fucking sense.
Presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
I didn't give a fuck about me talking to a reporter about fans. That makes no damn sense. So, why did that fan smack me in the face? She was like, "Hey, bitch, we won." Stupid hoe. Both sides defensive stop. I think I got like 2 other. Damn. Oh, I was about to say. Okay. Pick 'em. Pickpocket. Yo, it was defensive stopper. I thought I got defensive stopper. I got 1 man fast break. There we go. Okay. Bruiser. Okay, I got bruiser. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. About to bruise some kids up in these streets. I like it. Pick this up a little bit. Catch a shoe. Got brake starter. Range. Okay. Quick reflexes. Okay. Okay. Out here, son.
Oh, hey, AI.
What's up?
Griff has a few questions for you. Right this way.
Okay, sure. Yo, what's up, Griff? How you doing, man?
AI, you really had a breakout game tonight. What would you say contributed most to your performance?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is the support I've been getting from the fans. You know, they've been cheering me on since day one, and I've been working hard to give them a return on their investment.
Man of the people, of course. Probably helps that you got the win, too.
I mean, yeah, it's always the number one job, but fans want it just as much as we do. So when we get that job done, you know, everyone's happy.
Spoken like a true veteran. Thanks again, AI.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think you're good. Great interview.
Cool. Hey, thanks, Griff.
Keep talking about the fans, bro. Fucking hate you, bro. What about us? What about us? You can even that shit out. You can talk about the fans. You can talk about the team. You can talk about the team. Talk about the fans. Pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Check my phone. No messages. Dang. Out here, son. Yeah. Hella balls. Get my shit up, boy. Okay, 70 overall. Okay. Nice. Proud of myself. I need to work on my passing, right? Yeah, I need to work on my freaking passing. Passing's pretty shit. Alright, endorsements. Uh-oh. Okay. National endorsement out here.
Hey, Veronica, how you doing?
You were cooking out there last night, killer.
Oh, thank you. So, what's going on?
Mom, I'm bearing witness to the rise.
Look, okay, you can mellow a little bit with the trademarks.
Cross-eyed.
Look, I know you want to fit in, but you don't have to fall behind. Okay, the vet's like a leader, and you have to get used to trademarks because both Foot Locker and Gatorade called to talk.
About me?
No, about your mom.
Oh, you got jokes. Okay.
Of course, about you. They're noticing your story. They're noticing your game. People are starting to look at you, and I am telling you, America loves a comeback.
So, I mean, who's first?
You tell me, where do you want to start?
Oh, man. Gatorade, I used to drink it a lot, full of sugar. Foot Locker, get some shoes, so yeah, some free shoes.
I'll set it up for later this week.
Free shoes, nigga. Free shoes. Hand out to the poor little kids out there. Electrolytes and sugar. That's all it is. I don't drink Gatorade no more. I drink water. Straight water. That's what's so big and juicy out here in these streets. So yeah. Oh, it's nighttime. Ran across. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, put on 5 minutes. Okay, did that. What was I gonna do though? Oh yeah, I was gonna check out my freaking moves. Suck. But they all suck, but I need better animations. So 75 overall. I got none of this shit, bro. I got all the basic stupid shit. Some of the moves are actually good, but I'm gonna like change it up. Gotta buy them, right? I probably gotta buy them. Hold on. Jump shot is fine. I need like dribble moves and all this shit, you know what I mean? It's all free? Okay. I thought they would make you pay for some dumb shit. I probably skipped a few things, but lay. Default lay. Over, let me look at it. But. Yeah. Got my guy to an elite level. Playing a little bit soft. Now he finna play like a man. Not done. The fuck? That Hazy cost money? What did Hazy cost money for? I didn't get one. There we go. I ain't not no sub, no scrub no more. Alright, we're gonna play one more game. It's gonna be a 5-minute though. Then might end. I don't know if I want to. No one's really talking, so I might just end after this game. But yeah. It's a fun game though. I mean, still the same old 2K. Same old bullshit, same old everything. So just do my thing in it. Showing all greatness.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Brooklyn Nets. Looking at the Nets, it hasn't been the most lively start to the season for them, just 1-3 through their first 4 games. But they can start things moving in the right direction with a win here tonight.
NBA, baby, NBA. Oh my God, boy.
Got NBA basketball in store from New Orleans, Louisiana, the home of the Pelicans, right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Last game for the Nets, a loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
And you know what, Greg? I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean,
Brooks checked in for New Orleans. At this very early stage, we know players are still trying to gel with one another. But Clark, just how much can a team really change between the start of the season and the end of the season?
Kevin, it can be a night and day change in some cases because of injuries or change in personnel. Those things can show up during the course of a long season to make teams look totally different. And I think the changes that transpire with teams are usually more pronounced with younger teams because you can actually sometimes see those guys get better and better from week to week.
So for Brooklyn now, Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. Allen is out there with Williams, and it's Carroll in at small forward. And it's sent back by Brooks. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Nets with possession here. It's stolen by Randall. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
When he has his momentum going forward, when Randall's playing downhill, it's really a foul waiting to happen.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
You know, Julius Randle is a young power forward, a little undersized for that position, but fairly dependable. Good movement when he gets to the basket, and he knows how to finish inside. Surprised his rookie option wasn't picked up, but he made the best of it in free agency.
Launches it. Dinwiddie's shot is off. New Orleans leading by 7. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson did give me a few minutes to catch up with him. The frustration was evident in his voice when I asked him about their record. He told me, well, we've been learning the hard way. Anything less than 100% effort will not get it done. We want our guys to recognize that and be hungrier than they've been. Is it talent? Is it effort? Well, they're still trying to figure it out. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And for Randall, a free agent this past summer, it seems he never felt truly wanted by the team that drafted him.
Well, you know, he's dealt with injuries early in his career and a lot of trade rumors, which can affect a young player in a negative way. I think he's still shown solid improvement in his first handful of years in the league. And again, you've got to recall and remember how young some of these guys are. Even when they've been in the league 4, 5, 6 years, some of these guys are like 22, 23 years old. And that's still not enough time for them to fully mature as players.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
New Orleans making a switch here. Miller's checked in.
You know, the next step for Dinwiddie is to just become more consistent going forward, especially when it comes to scoring, because I think he does everything else pretty well.
Now here's Frazier. Not a lot of room. Brooks misses. Nets trail by 7. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Dinwiddie. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
You got to D up Dinwiddie better than that. I mean, his jumper is a work in progress, but it is getting better and is worthy of a defender's respect.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Harris has got the ball. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No short. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New Orleans?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
They've got Frazier, Diallo out there with Jaleel
in the way of like the
and it's Miller in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Over to the wing. Here's Dinwiddie. That 3 off the mark. And so Brooks will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've led by as much as 10. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Napier with it. No points in the game yet for him. Brooks on the double team. Napier kicks to Dinwiddie. Offensive rebound, Nets. Davis on the follow.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Clark, a favorite topic of yours. Great rebounders, glass eaters as you call them. Who's the best at creating those important second chance opportunities for his team?
Well, a couple of guys. You know, last season the Nets saw a lot of improvement as a group, in large part due to several talent jumps by players on their roster. Organic development, we call that. Overall, just great growth from the young group on the Nets.
And the free throw, no good. And as you said, Clark, what a strong progression last season from the Nets' young core.
Yeah, you look at Hollis Jefferson and LeVert, both took big steps forward. Spencer Dinwiddie continued to grow as a point guard. I mean, Harris, Hollis Jefferson, LeVert, Dinwiddie, nice core pieces to build around.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Okafor's checked in. 1:12 left in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Dinwiddie passes to Davis. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And that one misses. And it's tied up with that one. Here's Brooks. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Clippers.
Kudos to him for his energy, especially on the glass where he was an absolute beast.
Johnson finds Brooks. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. The turnaround Jay. He can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And here's Harris from the arc. And again, it's the Nets missing. New Orleans gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Randall.
Such an exciting young player. Randall flexing his muscles there.
And that was an Unleashed Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Napier. Brooks covering. Puts it up from 7. Rejected by Brooks. They recover it. Here's Dinwiddie. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Dinwiddie's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And now let's catch up.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, you have been playing great the last few games, and that has carried over into this game. How have you had everything clicking?
Well, I'm in a perfect spot, you know, in terms of where I'm fitting into the framework of the team. And I know exactly what my role is, you know, what I need to provide. And, you know, coach is using me in any way possible, and my teammates have put me in the best position to succeed.
And they are reaping the rewards of your great play so far. Guys?
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Right now, dude, I'm like got energy there. I need to focus on putting butts in the butt.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed. New Orleans making some changes here. Okafor is checked in for Randall. Miller comes in for E'Twaun Moore. And Brooks subbed in for Payton. And a new group in for the Nets. Here's Brooks. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
That's more like
Brooks has got 9 points.
Not that little stub
Nets trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Davis is out there with Harris. Then there's Shabazz Napier. Then there's Allen. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. Holiday gets the bucket.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Allen kicks to Dinwiddie. Harris outside. And there's the pass to Napier. Here's Allen. Brooks covering. Pass to Napier. 5 to shoot. High post try. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Good up, boy.
Holiday. No one around him.
Come on, man. You gonna practice.
Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Everyone needs more practice.
109 left to play in the third.
The scrubs, all that.
Here's Dinwiddie. That shot missing. Excellent D there from Okafor. New Orleans leading by 5. Miller with a wide.
Make their
shots.
shots.
And he's off on his first shot of the game. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. He kicks to Napier. Here's Allen. Good, and it's Napier with the assist.
Who's undefeated and has better shooters? I want to go to that team because I need my assists.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive
me fucking up my assists.
they need as we get
missing out
closer
like 5,
and
6
closer
assists
to crunch
a
time.
game.
Brooks, the pass to Okafor. And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick back in 2015, has had his ups and downs to the start of his career. But, you know, Clark, he feels now he's on the right track.
Well, I think he recommitted himself to fitting in with the team and has been working harder than ever before. Sometimes disappointment can motivate you to greater levels of work and commitment. He was kind of a forgotten man in Philly. And now he realizes a second chance is with him, and he's trying to make the most of it.
Johnson, he's checked in for New Orleans. And it's Napier missing. The Pelicans have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Davis. Back to Brooks. Count that one. Brooks has got 11 points.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one. Now
here's Napier. Here's Dinwiddie. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
All right, guys, remember what we said now. Hey, play our basketball. We've been doing a great job. Let's keep it up, okay? Let's go now.
Alvin Gentry has found an identity that's working, and that makes everything a lot easier on both ends.
And collectively, you really need to remember what that feels like so you can recapture it if and when things start to get a little shaky. You want to be able to trust in who you are.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Randall out there with Okafor. Then there's Etuan Moore. Then it's Brooks. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the Pelicans 5.
And we could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now, nerves becoming a factor.
Brooks finds Okafor. Now Brooks takes the 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Harris passes to Dinwiddie. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. At the elbow, Williams. And he banks in the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shut your ass up. He
I
understood.
like the clip he's shooting.
Shut your monkey ass up.
Effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hand.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Payton, he's checked in for
They're going so hard, and their fucking bellies are so fat.
So we see the Pelicans
better
get the win here. It was up for grabs
Pelican
right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust.
How does he better teammates? I don't care about what team
one another when it matters the most.
They be missing shots. I'm like, yo, I'm missing shots.
To send these fans
home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Miller, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
I need suckers that can make these shots all the time. Defensive stopper. But perform all right. Good shit, bro.
Yeah, it was a charge. That's what I saw.
Definitely.
Alright, I'm gonna actually end the stream. It's there's no demand in my supply. Gonna end the stream. Gonna eat and yeah. So right here, I'm gonna check this. Check my messages. Social media going off. Pretty much done. Let's get this endorsement. Oh, Foot Locker improved. Oh shit. He sees me like you to make an appearance at. Oh, word. Do I get free shit? Choose the performance incentives that are right for your playstyle to earn. Okay. Okay, that's nice out there. Okay, Foot Locker improved. Okay. Nice. All right, we're going back to the main menu. I'm about to eat my dinner. All right, bye. Go to sleep. Yeah. It's for watching. Make sure you guys are on my social media. Like, share, comment, replay. Okay.